You know, one thing that I have been doing lately is progressive overload. And basically what progressive overload is, made in simple terms, is you start adding a rep or weight to basically almost all the movements that you do, and that's really how you progress and build strength in the gym. For example, with progressive overload is you basically start, say, 3 sets by 8 reps for every movement. For example, 3 by 8 for incline dumbbell bench press. And say you do it for the 60-pound dumbbells. So 3 by 8 with 60-pound dumbbells. Your goal the next time you go in is to do 3 by 9 with the 60-pound dumbbells. And then the next time you go in and do that same movement, you want to do 3 by 10, if that makes sense. So you're always looking to progress, and there's different ways to do it, but personally, I like going in between the 8 and 12 rep range. So say I was doing 3 by 8 with the 60s, I would do that all the way until I get 3 by 12 with the 60s. And once I get 3 by 12 with the 60s, that next week I would grab the 65-pound dumbbells and go back down to 3 by 8. And then I would just repeat that, 3 by 9, 3 by 10, all the way up to 12 with the 65s. And so that way you're always having a new goal to look forward to, and you are forcing that muscle to grow. And there are times when you get no sleep or you didn't hydrate well enough. So don't be hard on yourself if you don't progress literally every single week, because if that was the case, everyone would be lifting, dumbbell bench pressing the 100-pound dumbbells. So just see what rep range works well for you. Like I said, I like doing 3 by 8 to 12 range. Give that a try. You can implement that into all the exercise you do, whether it be bicep curls, benching, squatting. 3 by 8 to 12 is a good range for hypertrophy, but also trying to focus on strength. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about progressive overload, just leave them in the comments, and I'm sure we'll talk about it in future videos because it is super important for the gym. Yeah, thanks for listening in.
All right, getting into this voiceover, I want to talk a little bit about how I changed my training style, and actually just did this change very, very recently. Jeff Nippard just launched his new program called Min-Max, and the whole philosophy behind this program is really bringing your total volume down and ramping up the intensity. So, for example, instead of doing 3 to 4 working sets per exercise, you really ramp that down and only do 1 to 2 sets per exercise, but you really bring full effort into this, and you really train to 1 rep in reserve or pretty much failure. So as you can see, I'm doing close grip lat pull down, really targeting the lats, and I'm really bringing all these to failure in the around 8 to 9 rep range, and then I transition over to incline machine chest press to target that upper chest. And as you can see, I'm wearing a belt throughout this whole workout because from the last video, as I said, I have a pretty bad lower back, so I always like wearing a belt no matter what exercise I do to really protect it, and just don't want to take any risks. And this style of training is really good because when you get to set 3 and 4, you really kind of drag your feet in the mud, and with these 1 to 2 hard sets, you really just push yourself and you're in and out of the gym pretty quickly. I also ended this workout by doing some cable lateral raises for the side delts, and then some kneeling face pulls for the rear delts. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about this program, just let me know in the comments, and I'm excited to run this Min-Max program by Jeff Nippard and give you guys my thoughts. I'll talk to you later.